Um, I've obviously done quite a lot of these reports now. My first one going back to the 2021, which is amazing to see how far it's come.
Hmm.
My core emotion has changed over that time.
Hmm.
How do you kind of account for that? Is it a bit like peeling the onion of the core emotions where you maybe remove the outer ones and something else comes up?
Yep. Yep.
Because it's much better now than it used to be, if that makes sense. It's a much more positive emotional set now than it was at the beginning.
Yep. Here's the metaphor. If you went to the gym once, could you claim yourself to be healthy?
No,
If you ate a salad once, could you claim to be healthy?
definitely not.
Now, if you went to the gym every day and then you had an accident, what would happen?
You'd stop.
Yeah, other areas of our health would be affected. So when it comes to the emotions, the first thing is we're always peeling back the layers.
Okay.
Life is never static, it's fluid. And we're always coming across new obstacles. Ken, remember when business was small and you would bring in $1,000, like, oh yeah, $1,000. And then you bring in $10,000, like, oh wow, it's $10,000. Then you bring in $100,000, you're like, oh, $100,000. And you think about $10,000, you go, oh, I'd never do anything for $10,000 anymore. Couldn't get me out of bed for $10,000. But the more money you bring in, the bigger the obstacles that also come at the same time. So it's a bit of a moving target. And because there's so many areas of life happening simultaneously, we're faced with different emotional challenges. And this just gives us a snapshot in time.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, can remember getting rejected at $1,000 and then getting rejected at $10,000. You think to yourself after all, I'd rather you reject me at $10,000 than 1,000. 1,000 is almost insulting. Then you start doing $100,000 jobs and somebody says no to 10,000. You're like, I wouldn't even get out of bed for that. But then you've got to go to the next level and you start to get rejected at $1 million. Now you've got to deal with fear all over again, but it's not 1,000. You've mastered that. 10,000, you've mastered that. 100,000. But I've never been into this environment now where I've got to face rejection of $1 million. So it can come back in many different forms. If we've done a really good job as timeline therapists, that emotion shouldn't come back on the same event in the past.
Yeah.
But there may be another life event in another area of our life that we didn't remove the emotion from, if that makes sense. So it's a bit of a moving target. And when you're taking clients on that long term journey, if it comes up once or twice, or if it changes, you've just got to manage that expectation.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
For me at the moment, when I have a look at my report, I had a lot of anxiety there. And it's like that constant, Ken, like when you're constantly reinventing your business day after day, week after week, things are changing, and you're like, I don't know if it's going to work, but I can't stop. And then you're thinking, I'm going to get all this stuff, and then something else falls apart. It's the same journey.